Once again, welcome to the show, and I am Solomon of Okay, we're starting with the punch where let's see the major headlines is ASU rejects federal government proposal begins 2 week strike today. Let's quickly take a look at details of that. Let's see how it goes. The Academic Staff Union of Universities will on Monday that today commence a 2 week warning strike after the ultimatum issued to the federal government elapsed on Sunday. The announcement was made by the national president of the union. Okay, the announcement was made by the national president of the union, Professor Chris Piwuna, at a press briefing at the University of Abuja on Sunday. The renewed standoff between ASU and the government comes amid ongoing negotiations aimed at averting another round of industrial unrest in public universities. Last Wednesday, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, disclosed in Abuja that the government had entered the final phase of talks with ASU and other unions to resolve lingering disputes over welfare funding and the implementation of the 2009 ASU federal government agreement. Alausa noted that the Tinubu administration had already made significant progress with the release of 50 billion naira for the payment of earned academic allowances, while another 150 billion naira had been captured in the 2025 budget for needs assessment to be disbursed in 3 tranches. But declaring the strike, Puwana stated that the compatriot of the press, if it goes without saying that there is nothing sufficient on the ground to stop the implementation of the ASU and EC's resolution to embark on a 2 week warning strike at the expiration and of the 14-day notice given on the 20th of September 2025. So that are the major headlines for Punch. Let's see what other headlines says. Another dismissed officer impersonates DSS and agency warns Nigerians. Dangote Cement begins Ivory Coast operation. Naira hits that on the business news. Naira hits 10-month high on strong FX inflows. Africa records highest weekly cyber attacks amid Gen AI surge. And on flooding, Lagos clears car dealers encroaching on wetlands. Okay, one of my best parts, the Metro Plus segment of the Punch. We already have one of the headlines there as one of the major headlines for Punch. And a gunman shoots Nigerian barman dead in South Africa. Ooh. And boutique owner excretes 127 wraps of cocaine in Kano. 2 arrested over Murna's death at Oshun funeral party. 4 Abuja suspected 1 chance robbers to face trial. 5 avert deadly explosion in Kwara community. That's the much we can take on the Metro Plus. Let's see what other segment. Okay, on the business news, we already have one of them on the major headlines. And ethics must guard disruption. That's according to PENCOM boss. And to the political segment, Ekiti opposition chasing shadows can't defeat Oyebanji. That's according to APC chieftain. Scholars urge Senator Katung to dump PDP and join APC. Data APC endorses Tinubu Borevori as sole candidate for 2027. Edo APC leaders pass vote of confidence in Okwebolo. President not yet southeast turn in 2027. That's according to Dave Umahi. And a youth frustrated with governance economic hardship, says Atiku. Okay. And out to sports, why I didn't sue NFF over unpaid salaries. That according to Ulisse. And their value jets allays fears amid Eagles mid-air scare. Okay. I think that's all we can take from the Punch. From the Punch, let's quickly move over to Vanguard. Let's see what the major headlines for the Vanguard is. Okay, the cover story for Vanguard is business related. Non-oil experts, local investors lose out of 4.8 trillion naira boom. Ooh, let's see what the story says. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Amid rapid expansion in Nigeria's non-oil exports, there are indications that local operators in the sector are losing out to their foreign counterparts, especially those from Asian countries, notably Indians, Chinese, Lebanese, and Vietnamese. Also, industry operators have indicated that the expected economic benefit of a diversification from oil dependent to non-oil exports are being lost to the business model deployed by the foreign operators. Reports from the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) and appraisal by the Nigerian Export Promotion Council (NAPC) has shown that with steady growth, Nigeria's non-oil earnings had surged to 1.8 trillion naira in the first half of 2025, up to over 391% from 977 billion naira recorded in the responding period of 2021. For the NAPC, this result validates President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. NAPC's Director General Nonye Ayeni speaking on the H1 2025 report stress. Yet most stakeholders in the industry are now painting a different picture, showing that the actual state of the sector was not as rosy as the numbers suggest, while some points to predominance of a non-value added component of the statistics. Are more concerned with trade practices that have clearly undermined Nigeria's interest in this sector. Look at that, the cover story for Vanguard. Let's see what other headline story says from Vanguard. Disquiet in PDP over Mba Diri's planned defection to APC. And the ASU shuns federal government insists on strike over unresolved demands. This would certainly be one of the major headlines for one of the number of our national dailies today, because I mean it's one of the biggest stories out there. A dollar to naira exchange rate today, October 13, 2025. You can get the details of that in Vanguard. Hamas hands over 7 Israeli hostages to Red Cross. That's on our international news. I'm going blind. Native doctor cries out from detention. Ooh, okay. U.S. genocide debate sparked by federal government's failures. UK steel industry set for worst crisis as EU hikes tariffs. 1 billion Bibles to be distributed nationwide in honor of Sheikh Tinubu. And let's see what other headlines says. Okay, Tinubu's presidential pardon emboldens criminal. That's according to Atiku. That's on the politics segment of Vanguard. I'll remain in APC. I go nowhere. Buhari's transport minister declares. Pastor Bakare clarifies ADC plane crash comment, denies mocking victims. That's on the politics segment of Vanguard. Let's see. Okay, the metro parts, bandits take over Yoruba speaking local government areas in Kogi. That's on the metro segment of Vanguard. How Benin Palace shut down Iyaloja politics in Edo Market. Okay, looks like that's all we have for Vanguard. Okay, from Vanguard, let's move over to Daily Post. Yes, Daily Post. Let's see what the major headlines says for Daily Post. The major headlines, that's the cover story. It's on Politics 2027. Peter Obi's fate in ADC LP hangs in balance. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Let's see what it says. Former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi's 2027 presidential ambition is being shrouded in uncertainty as confusion continues to trail what platform he will contest the election. A Daily Post reports that Obi, who contested for the nation's top job in 2023 via the Labour Party, is a key member of the coalition of opposition figures plotting to unseat President Bola Tinubu in the next election. In July 2, 2025, the opposition leaders comprising Obi, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Senate President David Mark, former Kaduna and Rivers State Governor Nasu El-Rufai and Rotimi Amechi adopted the African Democratic Congress ADC as platform to contest the 2027 polls. However, Obi's hopes of securing the ADC ticket is glaringly becoming a mirage, as party bigwigs seems to be zeroing in on Atiku. A source within the party told Daily Post that there will be no consensus candidate, stating that all other political parties, ADC will conduct a primary election to determine its flag bearer. However, it was gathered from Obi's camp that the former presidential candidate is not ready to meet Atiku in the primary election. Obi's cult-like followership, known as the Obedient Movement, has vowed that their principal will not participate in any dollarized delegate-induced primary election in ADC. Okay, that's the major headlines for the Daily Post. Let's see what the other headlines are saying. Okay, still, most of the stories I'm seeing here, what we've seen in other newspaper. ASU don't blast federal government over no work, no pay threat as lecturers begin strike. Oh, okay, no work, no play. This no work, no pay rather. This is a different take on the ASU strike. Dr. John Ogi, a senior lecturer with Moses at Dasu University, Marco de Benue State, has slammed the federal government over plans to stop the remuneration of the striking lecturers. Daily Post reports that the federal government on Sunday warned an industrial action by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, which begins today, Monday, will trigger the enforcement of no work, no pay policy. Reacting, Ogi, in a chat with Daily Post, said that the threat by the federal government is not just unreasonable but also insensitive. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see what other stories are saying. The metro segments, they never disarm after peace talks. Residents doubt new dialogue with bandits in Katsina. Okay. I don't think I'll make heaven. That's Trump talking. Okay. Let's see what other headlines are saying. Governor Mbas exits. Southeast says goodbye to PDP Osita Okechukwu. That's on the politics segment of Daily Post. Plateau, despite defections, APC can't beat PDP in 2027. Former Senator Wangwan declares. Okay. Amukpeton, Tinubu not visibilizing and Northern Yorubas. Lagos APC replies Farouk Kweroge. Okay, and now to sports. EPL, they immediately regretted it. Sheringham slams Chelsea over strange and surprising decision. And still on the sports, on the Daily Post, 5 African countries qualify for 2026 World Cup. Just go to the Daily Post and you see the 5 African countries that have qualified for the 2026 World Cup so far. And on the business segment, CBN governor leads Nigeria's delegation to World Bank and IMF meeting. That's on the business side. And Nigeria depreciation, inflation has reduced real value gains of Nigeria's fiscal reforms. That's according to CPPE. Okay, that's on the Daily Post. From the Daily Post, let's move over to Daily Trust. Daily Trust. Let's see what the major headlines is. The major headlines and top story for Daily Trust: objections over pardon for grave offenders. Okay, let's see what the story says. The presidency has released the full list of 175 convicts and former inmates granted presidential pardon and clemency by President Bola Tinubu last Thursday. The list, released by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy Bayo Nanuga over the weekend, contained the names of the beneficiaries and their offences. On the list are illegal minors, white-collar convicts, drug offenders, foreigners, Major General Maman Vatsa, Major Akubo, Professor Magiji Garaba, as well as capital offenders such as Mariam Sanda, Ken Sarawiwa, and other Ogoni 8. The presidential pardon and clemency followed the Council of State endorsement of recommendations of the Presidential Advisory Committee on the Prerogative of Mercy, chaired by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi. Onanuga said President Tinubu granted the clemency based on the reports that the convicts had shown remorse and good conduct. Okay. That's much I can read for that story. It's quite long, so just go to Daily Trust and you see the story and you can read more of it. Okay, let's see what other headlines are saying for the Daily Trust. Flood kills 236 persons in 26 states and FCT. Ooh, okay, let's take a look at details of that story. At least 236 people have lost their lives to devastating floods that have swept through 27 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory FCT this year, according to the latest update from the National Emergency Management Agency NEMA 2025 flood dashboard. The report shows that 409,714 Nigerians have so far been affected across 117 local government areas, with thousands displaced and extensive damage recorded to homes and farmlands. Niger State recorded the highest number of fatalities with 163 deaths, followed by Adamawa with 59. Taraba reported 5 deaths, Sokoto 3, Jigawa and Yobe 2 each, while Gombe and Borno recorded 1 death each. According to NEMA, 135,769 persons were displaced, 115 declared missing, and 826 others injured in the floods. Additionally, 47,708 houses were damaged, while 62,653 farmlands were destroyed across the affected state. That is sad. Okay, let's see what other headlines are saying. Still on Daily Trust, 3 more Katsina local government areas signed peace pact with bandit. Apparently this is still ongoing, especially in Katsina State. Okay, and most of the headlines I'm seeing here are repetitions from what I've read before. Still on ASU strikes, still reporting on ASU strike. And Atiku criticizing the style of presidential pardon. It says Emboldens criminals. Okay. Yeah. Tinubu's aid links Christian genocide claim to Nigeria's condemnation of Israel war on Gaza. Okay. Well, that's all from Daily Trust. From Daily Trust, let's move to The Sun. The Sun. Let's see what the major headlines for The Sun is. Major headlines / cover story: parents kick as ASU begins strike today. Okay, this different angle to the strike story. That's on the parents' point of view. Let's see. As the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU begins a 2-week warning strike across its branches nationwide today, reactions have continued to trail the move. ASU President Professor Chris Powona announced the decision at a press conference in Abuja yesterday. Let's get to the parent side. Reacting, the president of the National Association of Nigerian Students, Nance Olushola Ladoja, declined comment on the matter, stating that he would address a press conference on the matter in Ibadan today. Similarly, the special advisor to the president on student engagement, Sunday Asefon, appreciated the patience of ASU over the years, but reminded them that the federal government is committed to providing a permanent solution to the prolonged issue. He appealed to ASU to reconsider their position and not fix on disrupting academic activities in the university campuses, assuring that the issues will be resolved as quickly as possible. A clergyman, Archbishop Emmanuel Effa, said the ASU strike has become something that Nigerians have to accept as a new normal. A parent, Vincent Ake, said that he knew the back and forth between the government and ASU would not be resolved anytime soon. He expressed optimism that the government will resolve the issues within the shortest time, so there could be industrial peace and harmony in the university campuses. Lamba Luke, a 200-level student of Nasarawa State University, lamented the devastating effects of the ASU decision the ASU decision would have on the student. That are the major headlines for Sun. And Nigerians workers, not AI, must influence future. That's according to NLC. Why I choose Nigeria for Guinness World Record attempt. Thatcher. That's according to Thatcher. 2027 have no agreement with Jonathan. Peter Obi. That's according to Peter Obi. Those are some of the headlines from the Suns. 5 African countries qualify for 2026 World Cup. That's on the sports. And let's see what other headlines are saying. Business Zenith Bank projects strong year, pay 51.3 billion naira interim dividends. Inside NIRSAL's renewed drive to transform agricultural lending. That's on the business side of the Sun. Let's see what. That's all we have for you from the Sun. And from the Sun, we'll move over to the Guardian. That'll be the last newspaper that we'll be reviewing this morning, and that's for now. The major headlines: SWDC will unlock regional potential and tackle disparities. Ayedatiwa assures. Sorry. The major headlines there for the Guardians. The top news: prerogative of mercy, criticisms, outrage, suspicion, trial, presidential pardon of 127. That's the major headlines for the Guardians. And other headlines: federal government revokes Mararaba Kefi Road contract over negligence and faulty design. This is an interesting one. Let's see what it says. The federal government has revoked the reconstruction and expansion of the Mararaba Kefi dual carriageway contract it awarded to China Harbour Engineering Company due to negligence and refusal to adhere to engineering designs, despite several warnings. Minister of Works Dave Umahi said the work will henceforth be handled by local contractors with a proven track record. According to him, the slow pace of construction has been causing considerable hardship for road users and residents along the corridor. Accompanied by the Minister of State for Works Bello Muhammad Goronyo, directors and other staff of the ministry, representatives of the construction firms handling the various projects, the minister discussed at the Kefi flyover with the governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, Senator Ahmad Wadata, officials of the state government, and other stakeholders. Okay, that's the major headlines for guidance. And other headlines, ASU strike and everything's we've read. The business side, Naira strengthens by 0.72% on rising FX inflows. That's the business side of it. Um, Fashola, CNG, others warn against AI generated fake judgment. Okay, yeah, basically, the headlines here, I've read them before. Another headlines. Okay, so I think it's time for us to listen to analysis from Rufai Husseini.
Nigeria's debt has finally gone up to 152 trillion. The domestic component taking about 80 trillion, the external component taking about 47 billion. The question we'd like to ask the government is, what are you using all the borrowed money for? You claim that infrastructure will be able to change the lives of the people, yet we have over 80% of the primary healthcare center in deplorable states. So the question is, if you are borrowing so much and we can't even have proper primary healthcare center, so what's going on in the country? Because that's the real infrastructure that affects the people: educational, healthcare, roads and water. With the extent of borrowing, the question we should ask is, how well has this borrowing served the interest of you and I? Do we have access to potable water? Do we have access to healthcare? When last time have you opened your tap and gotten government water? So these are the things you should watch, and a lot of borrowing is still going to go into it before the end of this year. Because recently they just lined up some more borrowing for the year, and that's what we keep complaining about. We cannot build a government, we cannot build a nation with excessive borrowing. At the same time, we are not seeing investments. They are announcing some They say Qatar will bring in FDI. Until we see the FDI, that's when we'll comment. While all of this is happening, the Enugu state governor is going to decamp on Tuesday. These are the exclusive reports I'm giving. In fact, he's also going to have a press briefing, like a media chat on that Tuesday. What he's going to say in the media chat will be that he decided to decamp because of the wahala, or what I'm hearing is because of the wahala in the PDP, and most importantly because of the Okoye case. You know, Okoye was supposed to be the secretary of the party, but some powers that be manipulated to keep Anyanwu there, despite the fact that Anyanwu had left the position. He had gone to campaign for governor in Imo, he didn't succeed. Then he comes back to the party, and because we know some people that are backing Anyanwu, and he has gotten back there. So this is what he's going to give as a reason. So officially, when you look at it, the plight of PDP is in despicable condition, because things are obviously not working well with the PDP as we speak. I don't think PDP can make any challenge. Even when they had governors in parts of the country, they didn't do well in the last election. But most importantly, this new Amokuto, there's been a lot of call that we should scrutinize him properly, because they said he's close to Tinubu. In fact, some say it's a political decision, he's a Tinubu advisor. We have not been able to get empirical fact that he served on the Tinubu election petition team. I'm not sure there's fact to that effect, but people have talked about his closeness to Tinubu. And you see, without electoral reform, and you are getting somebody that is running INEC that is close to President Tinubu, like I've always said, we should push and speak out. And if we truly want to have elections in this country, it's people like Mikey Guinea that we should consider. But as long as you're having the president even pick people that will run an election that is going to be there, because you see, in the end, it is not about those that vote in an election that matters, it's about those that counts. So people are already expressing concern leading up to that election, so we should look at it. You see, part of the people President Tinubu pardoned is this Miriam Sanda. She was part of 175 people. She was sentenced to death for culpable homicide and has spent 6 years in Suleja Medium Security Custodial Center. Bayo Ononuga, special advisor to the president, said in a statement on Saturday, Sanda's family pleaded for her release in the best interest of her 2 children. I think this was the woman that was convicted for stabbing her husband to death over alleged infidelity. She claimed that the late Bello died after falling on a broken piece of shisha in an argument. But now they are saying that her family is involved. And that's why we should be very careful. Because the man is gone today. And they also pardon people like Herbert Macaulay that fought so hard for the independence of this country. Biden is to begin radiation treatment for aggressive prostate cancer. This is somebody that is no longer president of America, but there's still a level of accountability to his health and what he's going through and the likes. If it's in Nigeria now that you ask what is his health and everything, people will not be able to talk. They will say you don't know what you're saying. And that's the kind of country we live in. Nigeria's oil output dropped to 1.58 million barrels per day in September. All of them are now blaming Pegasus strike. And Governor Sheyi Makinde and Umahi are going at each other about cost per kilometer and what is happening as regards that. The Super Eagles had a scare in Uyo after an aircraft issue. They said there was a cracked windshield for the aircraft and all of that. But all of that has finally been sorted now, so I think they should be able to be home on time to be able to play the team. Kudos to them on winning Lesotho. But like we are saying, we still want them to be able to prosecute the other matches, and I hope they are able to win. Somebody was stopped in the airport for carrying millions of dollars. I think about 5-6 million. How much is in the money that was left undeclared? Thousands of pounds and close to, millions of dollars. Yes, so 2 passengers were arrested at the airport, EFCC men, undeclared cash of 6,180. Okay, it's not millions, so I beg your pardon. Undeclared cash of $6,180 and 53,000 pounds sterling. And the passengers traveling with a cash above 10,000 expected to declare it. So they didn't declare it. So okay, it was earlier that some sources had said the money was up to millions of dollars, but they have now rephrased that statement. These are many things making the rounds today.
Okay, that was Rufai Husseini analyzing our newspaper. If you're just tuning in, this is Front Page on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, shows where we analyze our national dailies. Joining me to further analyze is Peter Anosike. He's a current affairs analyst and, of course, an academic doctor with PhD on consulting and profits management from Brenner University in the state of Delaware, United States. He's also the author of the book Abuse of Power: How Democracy Turned into Tyranny of the Few. Dr. Anosike, thank you very much for joining us on Front Page.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I think some misguided youths said that they have given Arufai Husseini 24 hours to apologize to Omwahi.
That's Minister of Works.
Minister of Works. What you saw on that day is the main reason why government is not creating jobs. The main reason why government is not creating jobs, because they need those people as attacking dogs. They need those, so government is intentionally not creating jobs because of such a reason. So when you say something, they will bring people that come and make a mess of themselves. Because if those youths were meaningfully engaged, they will not have time to leave what they are doing that to come and start messing up. But the issue is that leadership is not a talking point. Leadership is about conviction. It is about being consistent. It's about solving problems. That's what leadership is all about. So going about telling people, I'm professor of so and so, I'm a senior governor, it's a waste of time. Leadership is about accountability, about result. An instance, if you are a member of a football team and they are beating your team 3-0, you are on the bench, they tell you that you go in and you score 4 goals. Understand? Another time you do it again. You have shown that you are the leader because you have consistently solved all the problems of your team. So by that, you have convinced everybody that you are the leader of the team. That's what leadership is all about. But when you listen to our governors, when you listen to our ministers, when you listen to our senators and House of Rep members, you see that all we have everywhere are just children in adult bodies. That is what you have everywhere. children in adult bodies, no inspirational speeches, no quotable quotes. And that's why things are or the way it is in the country. Okay, we can go on.
Okay, I mean that statement about jobless youth. I mean this further buttress what we're talking about the ASU strike, which is obviously the major headlines from national dailies. ASU reject federal government proposal and begins 2-week warning strike. I'm sure you're tired of analyzing this ASU strike thing, but hey, we still need to hear you talk. What do you think about the strike?
Well, for me, as long as public servants, as long as those holding offices are not and are using private institutions, these strikes will continue. As long as public officers are entitled to be for their children going to schools abroad, going to private schools, this strike will continue. But any day we have a law in the country that if you are a public servant, your children must use public facilities. Your children must go public school. Your children must go public hospitals. These things will stop. Because the Minister of Education, if he has children still in school, they will be abroad. So he will feel unconcerned about what is happening. But the day that a law is made that if you are a public officer, you must use public schools, your children must go to public hospitals. Understand? All these things will stop because they cannot afford to face what the ordinary citizens are facing. But as long as they are getting these privileges, it will continue. Even if they come off this 2 weeks warning strike, before the end of the year, you still hear there's another one.
But this thing has dragged on for long, since 2009. It's 2009, back and forth, and it's at this point it's not even about an APC government or PDP government. Successive government have come in and played ASU for full, because
it is not affecting those people who are in charge. Imagine a Minister of Education in Nigeria, his children are schooling in UK. So it's wrong, very, very wrong. Minister of Education, Minister of Health in Nigeria, he's going to UK for treatment. So even if the doctors are on strike, it will not affect him in any way. It will not affect his families in any way. But until the National Assembly make a law that once you are a public officer, you must use public facilities, all this nonsense will stop. Our education will be well funded. Our hospitals will be well funded. There's no other way about it.
You can imagine what it's doing to tertiary education in Nigeria, though.
And that's one of the...
For a 4-year course, you'll be in school for 5 years, for 6 years. Some
even 8 years. And that's why they are not even respecting our certificates. Because when you are supposed that to do a 4 years course and you finish in 7 years, a lot of things comes. Maybe you are offending or whatever. You cannot go to an employer and tell him that it's because of strike. You can only say that in Nigeria, but abroad they will not take it from you. So that's why our certificate, it has become like our Naira notes, worthless.
It is sad, though. It is sad. There's another very interesting story. 1 million Bibles to be distributed nationwide in honor of Tinubu. What do you think about that?
Bible is not our problem. Bible is not Nigeria's problem. Let them forget this. That's why I say what we have everywhere are children in adult bodies. Children in adult bodies. When you listen to them, you see that these people are not adults at all. Well, let them 1 million is not even enough. We are a population of 220 million. So let them distribute 220 million Bibles. For me, it is childish, very, very childish. Bible is not our problem. Everybody has Bible in his or her phone. So it's not our problem.
Well, there are some people that don't believe in that, though. They believe the Bible must be in hard copy. You see some churches where the
Bible is not anybody's problem in Nigeria. We have our problems, not Bible.
Okay, let's go over to politics, where, according to Daily Post here, they were analyzing Peter Obi's faith. The reports they have here is Peter Obi's faith in ADC and LP hangs in the balance. What do you think about that?
Politics is about silence and secrecy.
No, but this particular silence is
people are just speculating. People are just speculating. Peter Obi knows what he is doing. You don't put all your cards on the table when you are running for an election, because people attack only what they know.
But people want to know. The silence is.
The election is 2027. Election is 2027. Though they must not stampede the Peter Obi into making that's irrational decisions.
Well, other parties, other candidates have started kind of campaigning low key.
Examples of the candidates.
I mean, we know Tinubu have started campaigning.
He is apart from Tinubu, who is above Odendo. Any other person.
Well, the ADC is the ADC has been termed an Atiku coalition, which is a low-key campaigning itself. So what happens to Peter Obi?
INEC says the campaign starts 150 days to the election.
Well, that's on the official. That's officially.
So
it has. The campaigns have not started officially yet. So but campaign have started at the background.
Do you know what campaign is? Putting yourself in the mind of the people, and Peter Obi is doing that.
How so? I mean, it's gone missing, if you ask me.
Peter Obi is in Rome as we speak, so he hasn't gone missing. Peter Obi is in Rome. Peter Obi and his wife met a pope yesterday. He is in Rome. He has not gone missing. Understand? So campaign is putting yourself in the consciousness of the people. So Peter Obi had not gone missing.
But if he doesn't come out soon to address the speculation that will keep swirling, I mean, look at the fact. ADC has been termed an Atiku coalition.
Who termed it?
I mean, come on, we all know that.
Who termed it? Somebody was giving Atiku ultimatum that he must register in ADC. Nobody can give you ultimatum in your own party.
But there is no consensus.
Understand?
There is no consensus candidate in ADC. Unlike APC, the president at the moment is from the south, so the southern zoning continues. PDP has zoned their candidacy to the south. APC are still throwing it up all in the air. And when it comes to from stories we've been getting, Atiku has gotten a stronger foothold in ADC than Peter Obi. How do you think Peter Obi will be able to wrestle that presidential flag bearer position from Atiku?
ADC is going to conduct primaries. ADC is going to conduct their primaries
without zoning, leaving it wide open
ADC
to,
is going to
anybody.
Did the APC zone in 2014? Did APC zone in 2014? The answer is no. All of them went for even what is name? Oboniano contested the APC presidential ticket. Understand? In 2014. Oboniano is from the southeast. He contested against Tinubu. I mean against Buhari in 2014 APC primaries. But Oboniano, Buhari had more votes. So APC did not zone in 2014.
But we both know 2014 and now that things have changed.
So we
drastically.
shouldn't. So we shouldn't be
Things have changed drastically.
we should always be guided by history.
So
APC did not zone in 2014.
So you still think Peter Obi will be the presidential flag bearer for ADC? I mean, he has not officially joined the party, by the way.
I'm not thinking for anybody, but election is in 2027, and Peter Obi joined LP June 2022, which is equivalent of 2026. So in politics, you do your consultation before you take a decision.
So you think
Nigerians are just being impatient. Simple.
So you think? I mean, would you blame them when there's a campaign going on all around us? I mean, unofficially, obviously.
What is
and then of course, people will be wondering what is going on with
what
them.
what is going on is mockery. People mocking themselves. It's just like an APC person coming to campaign to you. He's making a mockery of himself. It's just an APC person coming to campaign to you. He's just making a mockery of himself.
Okay. So what do you think of the presidential pardons, though, by the president?
Well, for me, he has his reasons. He has the constitutional power to do that. But I believe that some of the people that we are pardoned doesn't deserve it.
Okay.
I believe that some of the people that were pardoned did not deserve it, especially the drug barons, because their crime was thought about intentional. Understand? We can say that murder was out of provocation, an accident, but a drug baron does not deserve pardon because it was an intentional act. But he is the president. He has the constitutional right to do what he has done.
And of course, the presidency have come out to say the reasons why the president pardoned these criminals is because they've been model citizens in prison.
Who was checking? Who was checking their behavior in prison? So for me, he has done what Constitution gave him power to. But my take is that many of those that were pardoned don't merit it.
Like who? What about the Miriam Sanda woman that was pardoned for killing his husband?
I say in death, there could be by provocation. Understand? That you did not think about it. But drug, I'm emphatic on drug barons that were pardoned. Because those ones were intentional. Those ones were very, very intentional. So I'm not that's in support of it. And again, what I don't know that the full story, I don't always like talking about it. The issue of the woman, I don't really know what happened because there's a book by Hadley Chase, the dead stay dumb. So it is only on the side of the woman that we heard. We didn't hear on the side of the husband because he is dead. Unless there are witnesses who know or the whole story. But for me, I don't know or the whole story. My concern is those drug barons that we are pardoned.
Okay, now Dangote Cement begins Ivory Coast operations. What do you think of that story?
Well, Dangote has conquered Africa, and I predicted a long time ago that Dangote for the next 30 years, that Dangote will continue to be the richest man in Africa. And for the next 50 years, Elon Musk will continue to be the richest man on earth. So Dangote has conquered Africa. Within 1 year, his fight with Nupeng and Pengasson will be over. Understand?
You think so?
It will be over. It will be over. Within 1 year, it will be over. So he is going to, within the next 5 years, Dangote will be worth over $50 billion.
Oh.
Within the next 5 years, Dangote will worth over $50 billion. So he has conquered Africa. Everywhere his segment is doing well. His segment is doing well everywhere in Africa.
Okay, if you're just tuning in, this is Front Page and Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Time to go for a commercial break. We'll be right back. Dr. Anosike is still here. He's not gone yet. We'll be right back.
Customer, welcome. What you want buy?
I wan buy changeover. Cutout fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get am. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J cutout fuse and distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
Don't worry, I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover cutout fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover wise pan foolish o. Slatter Star J Indian product na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J na you Pico.
Lagos, are you ready? The Niger Landlord Summit 2025 is here. Join us on Saturday, 1st November 2025 at the Golden Tulip Hotel, International Airport Road for the biggest gathering of real estate minds in Nigeria. Come and discover how to profit from the booming housing demand in Nigeria. Explore funding and investment opportunities that work. Gain insights and government housing policies shaping the market. Experience the latest prop tech innovations transforming property ownership. Network with top developers, investors, and policy makers all in one room. Don't miss this power-packed event. Registration is 50,000 naira only, with full access to sections, exhibitions, with premium networking and refreshment. How to register? Make payment to VOPFM account number 112-416-8488. Again, 112-416-8488. Zenith Bank. Send your proof of payment via WhatsApp to 0707 115 4297 0707 115 4297. The Niger Landlord Summit 2025. Profitability in real estate management, prospects and opportunities. Your gateway to wealth through real estate. Powered by VOP 90.3 FM.
If you're just tuning in, this is Front Page and Voice of the People 90.3 FM, analyzing our national dailies. I still have a Dr. Anosike with me. So one of the major headlines for the national dailies is a federal government's revocation of a Mararaba Kefi Road contract over negligent and faulty design. Obviously, the Minister of Works, Dave Omai, made these announcements. Of course, but the major talking point, obviously, was him replying to what Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde said about transparency when it comes to the monies involved in this, especially the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. What do you think about that?
Well, for me, that contract, that to start with, started illegally because there was no bidding.
Which of the contract? The
Coastal Road that you are not talking about. That because there was every contract should go through the tender board. This one was by fiat. So it is an indigo contract. And again, Omahi did not answer Rufai Oseni's questions. Understand? If you are doing 70,000 kilometers of road, you should know how much a kilometer of road is. But he was dodging the question, which means there's no transparency in what he is doing. So for me, in all the things that Omai has been doing in the last 2 years, I've not seen any kind of transparency. I've not seen any kind of transparency.
Okay, thank you very much. Finally, there are some people that have been opposed to Sowore leading to the call for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. What do you think about that?
Well, for me, I heard that thing that some people are saying that Sowore should not be the one to lead or the protest for the release of Nnamdi Kanu simply because Sowore is not an Igbo man. But the man that led the Cuban Revolution by name Che Guevara is from Argentina. He's not from Cuba. So Sowore has decided to do it, and I feel that every other well-meaning Nigerian, whether Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Efike, Calabar, should join. An instance, this my book, Abuse of Power, How Democracy Turned into Tyranny of the Few. I dedicated it to Omoyende Sowore, Chima Obani, Bamidele Aturu, and Dr. Beko Ramsin Kuti. Understand? In the dedication, the only Igbo man here is Chima Obani. Omoyende Sowore, Bamidele Aturu, and Dr. Beko Ramsin Kuti are from the southwest. And because one, Sowore, I have known Sowore for more than 30 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
I know him right from the university, so I know who he is. Understand? I know that he's not these people that want to use activism to make money or to get into power. So that was the reason I decided to. And in the struggle for democracy in Nigeria, he was fully involved. He was expelled from the university on 2 occasions. Understand? He was expelled on 2 occasions, and as we speak today, he is the torch bearer. Most of the people that were in the struggle are now either dead or old, because he was the youngest then. And that's what attracted him to me, being a very young person and being in the struggle. So we should go beyond this ethnicity
and tribe
thing,
and even religion.
It will not take us anywhere. That's in America, they don't care where anybody comes from. What is important is what can you do. What is important is what can you do. So I know who Sowore is, and that's why I dedicated the book to him. And you can, in the book, you can just read what I say of Rufai Oseni.
Rufai Oseni. A study in speaking truth to power and integrity. He is one of the most courageous and fearless journalists of our time, a man who has refused to be compromised in any way. Truth is always bitter, and Oseni doesn't mind telling it without minding those oaks is God. Minding whose oaks is God, rather. His style has always been, it is better to be hurt with the truth than be comforted with lies. Husseini, I deeply appreciate you a lot. God will continue to guide and protect you from the haters of the truth. That's interesting.
So I wrote this over a year ago. So is there any difference from how Husseini interviewed Omahi? That is who Husseini is, because for me, I study people, I study society, I can easily predict development. So for those who want the book, they should send their message to 070-121-46454.
Okay.
I say, if you want this book, Abuse of Power, How Democracy Has Turned into Tyranny of the Few, send message to this number, 070-121-46454.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dr. Peter Anosike. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Dr. Peter Anosike is a PhD on consulting and profit management from Brenner University in the state of Delaware, United States. And of course, as you've heard, he's the author of the book Abuse of Power, How Democracy Turned into Tyranny of the Few. Okay, time for us to have your contribution. 0700-903-903-903. Again, 0700-903-903-903 and 003-692-9933. Again, 003-692-9933. Obviously, we won't have time to take all your calls and messages, but I'll be right back at 10:30. So just keep a date with me then, 10:30, and of course I'll be there to pick your calls if I can't take them now. And of course, a WhatsApp message, WhatsApp line is 081-717-56338. Again, 081-717-56338. Just keep the messages coming. If I can't read them now, I will read them at 10:30. Hello.
Hello, Ikamejide. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Solomon. Ikamejide is not available today.
I'm sorry, bro. Solomon, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. And good morning to Dr. Peter Onosike. My name is Peter Omonse from Shomolu.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to us.
Now, Solomon, let me say something about this ASU strike. Over the times, ASU will come, they had an agreement, the government will renege, will not honor the agreement, ASU will go on strike. On another platform this morning, they say for the past 26 years, ASU has gone on strike for 18 good times in Nigeria. Is that why the leaders or the rulers in this country are sending their children abroad to go and school there unperturbed, undisrupted, and leave the children of other people here in this country to go through this kind of harrowing experiences educationally? Is it good like this? Is it how they treat people? Why is this government so insensitive? They lie on everything. You make an agreement with people and you don't honor that agreement, and then they'll go on strike. And on that platform, they're trying to say that they want to enforce no work, no pay. Then let them enforce no work, no pay. If they don't want education, higher institutional education again in Nigeria, they should scrap it now. Maybe they can scrap. Fuel subsidy gone. I mean, smooth running of education gone. And everything gone. Poverty has taken over. And then lying has taken over the country. These are the kind of people. My hope and then my consolation is that they will not be here forever. People have been here before them, and today they are no more. Okay. So tomorrow they also will not be here. All of us will not be here. Let them go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
0700-903-903-903. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to VOP.
My name is Innocent. I'm calling from Emboldens. My brother, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, please, where my problem is now is you'll be saying that maybe it's now in Rome, as they said, it's not in Nigeria. But what I'm trying to look at here is delaying now. It's taking a lot of time to decide what he wants to do. And he deciding now is not only for him. He's also deciding for many Nigerians who have their hope on him. And there are many of them, people like us, are now losing this opportunity that this man is going to disappoint us. Maybe he thinks that what happened in 2023 or 2014 can still happen again, because this is new sheriff in town now. And if this man delay a lot as he's taking time,
all these governors of from south are decamping to APC. Now the Enugu is planning. Maybe after that, nobody know whether River State governor will also decamping. So later, if the P2B now decided to join ADC to work with Atiku, do you know that they will not got anything? By then it's late. The APC have taken almost the whole south. Even nobody knows what is going to happen in Anambra, maybe the APC can take it also. So it means that P2B has no chance. Even if you merge with Atiku then.
Okay.
That is the delay. And that's what delay can cause. Let him, whatever he want to do, let him do it now. If he fail to do it now, he will regret it. And also Nigerians will regret it. Thank you.
Thank you. 0700903 Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to VOP. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, please.
Good morning. Hi, it's Kamijida. I hope he's doing well.
He's doing well. He'll be right back next week.
Okay.
Okay. Talk to us.
Moses from Lasamaja.
Okay. Moses, go ahead.
Let me take on the issue of the pardon criminal, the drug peddlers. It is very, very unfortunate because this is going to happen on discourage the bold man, Obamawa, and he's still fighting drug pushers, drug peddlers. So this is not a good news to them because these people also have men. Those men will come out. This pardon, but they are going to fight Obamawa and his group. I don't know why Mr. President should do this. Are you encouraging that? The president is saying that Obamawa should stop what he's doing with his team. That is the statement. Stop what you are doing with your team. We don't like what you are doing. Go against drug peddlers, cocaine and all those tramadol and so on and so forth. So, whether discouraging, president should encourage Obamawa. He's doing fantastic work. In fact, I don't know what to up to. Then the issue of hello.
Okay, round off, please. So
yes.
we have time for others.
Yes, there's something I want to tell you, Mr. Hussein, because the issue of Okwama, let me bring this to the fore. The issue of Okwama has been abandoned. I called one of their leaders of Okwama. Now, let me tell you, there's no school, primary, secondary school, and the health center is not for that Okwama. You understand now? The governor said that Tinubu will give you 2027, so there's no need to do anything in Delta State now. This is what I'm telling you now.
Okay, thank you.
They are decapping. The APC, they say they want to collect the but from Benin to Warri, that's for 1 hour for 40 minutes. Now 4 hours to 5 hours before from Benin to Warri.
Thank you.
And the place should cover this.
Okay, we have to be quick with our contributions, so we'll give space for others to make their contributions. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Welcome to VOP. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, please.
My name is Chief Ofia from Lagos.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. 1 minute, please. Go ahead.
Please, I want to ask a question about this zoning issue. The zoning issue there for Nigeria Constitution?
No, it's a gentleman agreement.
No, we can't base on this now. Because that's a problem. That's a problem Nigeria have. Zoning. Let us the right person come out and give us a good government. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay, so let's see if I can read one or two messages. On Lagos house demolition, it's convenient for Lagos State government to claim that it demolishes people's houses and shops because allegedly they block waterways. Apart from the question of monitoring, supervision, granting of building permits, what should be the other procedure to follow before people's houses are pulled down? Pascal Chimeze from Ikeja. Thank you very much, Pascal. Mazi Uchuku from Isheri Oshun. I don't know why our government are always playing politics with students' future by not willing to cooperate with ASU. This inflow of politicians into APC will cause internal crisis in the party because of structure prior 2027 election. Let's call a spade a spade. This administration may not make positive progress that will reflect on the lives of people as long as they continue to govern based on propaganda. The report released by World Bank, that despite the reforms carried out under the administration, over 139 million of Nigerians are still swimming in abject poverty, even as understatement, because the figure is more than that. Furthermore, on the newly appointed INEC chairman, I don't see anything changing, except the electoral reform bill is signed and implemented, which I don't see the present administration taking any step on it. And so the situation of the INEC chairman will be that of he who pays the piper dictates the tune. Finally, please inform the president that the stock market he is using as the yardstick to measure the performance of the nation's economy is well, some of these messages are distracting. He's using as the yardstick to measure the performance of the nation's economy is booming again as it keeps crashing on a daily basis. God bless Nigeria. Temitokwe Onatoye from Ijagemo community. Good morning. Tinubu under fire for pardoning drug dealers, and Tinubu has endangered the lives of the police and NDLEA officers that arrested the hardened drug criminals, and Tinubu is releasing them because of 2027 general election. Leo from Lagos. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to VOP. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, please.
I'm Emmanuel from Oregon.
Okay, Emmanuel, go ahead.
The thing about P2B is that it is good what he's doing, because he don't need to expose himself. Just give him a time. 2006 it's around the corner. He will convey what he wants to do. P2B is the only candidate that God has voted in. I want the whole Nigerians to back God. Or if we have suffered enough, I want a better Nigeria and new Nigeria. Let everybody, whether your religion or your tribe, let us back him up, and we'll see Nigeria will change. He's the only candidate that heaven has accepted.
Okay.
Let us do the same as God has done.
Thank you. Thank
yes.
you.
Whatever party he chooses, no problem.
Okay.
But
thank you.
Continue
Thank you. Okay, we have to be snappy. A beautiful morning to you in the studio. Presidential pardon by your president is highly insensitive and embarrassing to the nation. How can the country move forward when questionable men in power releasing drugs pushers? All these governors jumped to APC is a sign of relief for Nigerians, because 2027 general election will sweep all of them away in power, and that will be the end of APC in Nigeria by God's grace. On Amayi, we know him very well, a betrayer of the Southeast people. Even the devil has followers, so I'm not surprised of people still following APC. Oh God, arise and trouble those that trouble Nigeria. Mayor from Ikotu. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VP.
Yeah, good morning. Obole Aplokai.
Hey, Aplokai, will you there now?
Yeah, will it was all right.
Okay. Tell us the name where you're calling from, please.
Okay, calling you from Abulado.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes, so, my beloved ones, the issue of ASU, I don't know. Maybe they don't want people to go to school again. I don't know whether they don't want children or people to go to school again. Every time they keep on promising them. Let me ask, whether are they owing those lawyers that they normally use in the election to, if they do the election, if they know, will they go to court, whether they normally owe them. They don't know, like the way they are owing ASU. Good federal government NEPA. Federal government retire police and army. Federal government doctors. Which one are they even paying? We'll be hearing billions. What more? And they keep on borrowing money. In fact, brother, I need your number. And also, I am greeting brother Anosike. God bless you. God bless you well.
Thank
anyone
you.
who want to listen to you, you listen. Anyone, but you are saying the truth. And brother FM, I need your number.
Okay, no wala. Thank you very much. Greetings to you, Solomon. It is a beautiful Monday morning. Let's go and make the money. Prince Ayotek from Arena Market. All the Southeast governors are afraid of their re-election. Which governor from the North moved to APC? Peter Obi says he will announce the party he will run with after Anambra election. Let them release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Prince Ayotek. Thank you very much, Prince Ayotek. Which kind of peace deal is Katsina making with terrorists without these criminals giving up their deadly weapons? We still have a very long way to go in resolving insecurity challenges in Nigeria. Meanwhile, the pardoning of drug dealers and murderers by the president speaks volumes and tells Nigeria where their priority lies. And it is a big shame and a slap on law-abiding citizens when criminals and terrorists are treated like king while lawful people suffer. We must begin to choose the best of us to rule the rest of us, to get the best from us. May God help and heal our land. Frank Onero from USA. Thank you very much, Frank Onero. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Solomon.
Good morning. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
My name is Emmanuel from Agor.
Okay, Emmanuel, talk to us, please.
You know, the future is very easy to predict as it regards Nigeria. It's like you want to transport people to a particular destination. You know, you just have to select the best driver for a transport. You just not take the people to the station. You also have a duty to take them there safely and peacefully. And you see all the allegations, and which I don't discuss them. It's the indications are there. You see the caliber of people is releasing from the prisons. The drug addicts, is just to tell you the type of person he is. And then as regards Peter Obi knows what he's really doing. Mr. Peter Musike rightly said it. Because when he declares now, the president does what they don't do is to go and destabilize the party. Okay. So he's not going to announce the party is running now, so that they don't have enough time to go and destabilize that party. So Peter Obi knows what he's doing. People should just be patient with him. As he stands now, everybody knows who they want to vote. Even as it stands now, people know who they want to vote. They don't know waiting for him. So
okay,
I urge them to be patient.
Thank you. Okay, we're not done. The part 2 will be right back at 10:30. Just keep your messages coming at WhatsApp number 081-717-56338. Again, 081-717-56338. I will be right back at 10:30. That's the part 2 of a program Front Page. And of course, I will read all the messages. I promise you that. And of course, if you want to contribute via phone call, I'll do that when we come back at 10:30. Do follow my IG, my social media handles, and IG SoloFem1 and Twitter SoloFem. Again, IG SoloFem figure 1 and Twitter SoloFem. I'm Solomon of Fem. I'll be right back at 10:30.